Is it safe to say now, Steve, that Jahmyr Gibbs is the best running back in football? And is he on the verge of becoming the highest paid back in football? We'll try to answer both of those questions, but he is coming, Steve, off a monster game of 264 total yards from scrimmage. He has been unbelievable this year, playing at a different speed than maybe almost everybody else out there. But this is the thing that blew my mind. After this game, he now has a career where he is averaging 5.6 yards a carry. That is the highest of any running back since 1950 with more than 500 carries. He just passed Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson was a beast. Now,
That's
I grew up
a
in
name.
I grew up in Los Angeles, and I remember watching Bo Jackson. Man, Bo Jackson came on and seeing them high whites, man, and those black and silver. Ooh, yeah.
Man, he is, and I was doing some research about, like, you know, everything that he's been through from high school to Georgia Tech to here, and it looks like he's moving at a different speed than every other player on the field. And these are professional athletes. It looks like a high school game at times where he's just going by people when you see a really dominant high school player like that guy's going D1 playing in his high school game. That's what it looks like in some of these plays with Jahmyr Gibbs, and just a crease. And he goes angles so well, he takes advantage of it really well.
With his speed, he eliminates all angles that you can take against him. Yeah. And then he also will lower his shoulder as well. So he's not a timid speed guy that, you know, he's going to go out of bounds. He picks he's smart. He picks his opportunities, when to do certain things. But then he also knows when to live for another down. Right, that's the key part. The key for some of these young running backs is you got to know when to pick your poison, right? Yeah. And the thing though, when I was watching, out of his 209 rushing yards, watching him Sunday just explode, you know, taking a small crease in between the guards, right in the A and B gaps, and just going 60, 70 yards, and then they get opportunity where they utilize this play action and they allow him to catch the football. They use their own tendency breakers to get him in position where no one's covering him. Man, when I was watching him, I'm going, how long can he play?
In what way you mean?
Because
this style?
No, it's not the style. When we talk about running backs, we talk about shelf life.
Yep, always.
And generally, when we see a talented football player like this, he is going to get paid. He wants to get paid. He should get paid. There's a long deal until he actually gets paid. So I do hope the Detroit Lions don't play the broke card and try to hold him hostage and franchise tag him, because I just think he's done so much for this offense. He's opened up everything for this offense. You know, there's like DeMarco Murray, right? There's James Cook. There's been a number of running backs who deserve to get paid. And for whatever reason, the team says, hey, we're going to pay you. We just don't want to pay market value for you. But we want top market production, but we're not going to pay you for it.
Yeah. I love when organizations, and I know the Lions are one of these, where they go, we love to draft well, develop well, reward our own, show everybody in the locker room, if you come here and you play well, you will get rewarded. Wait, but it's at the positions that we choose. Yeah. Like, there's always that caveat in there sometimes where it goes, oh, yeah, bro, we forgot to tell you, like, thank you so much for everything you've done, but we don't value the running back position. I'm not saying that's what the Lions do, but that happened to James Cook, essentially, up in Buffalo, and he's earning every dollar of it this year with the way that he is running the football, but he had to fight for it, and a lot of running backs have had to fight for it. I'm just curious in where he's headed, Steve, and this is why we wanted to partially have this topic. Is he going to be in that, like, $22 million a year type of deal? I think he's gonna be. When I ask around, it's Christian McCaffrey's at 19, and that deal was a minute ago. And then you have Saquon's at like 20, and I look at do you judge these players now? Because Christian's kind of the one that changed the game a little bit, and you knew him in Carolina. Like, it's a weapon. It's not a running back. It's an offensive
No, he's a weapon.
Yeah.
I think he's the closest thing to Marshall Faulk that we have seen in a very long time.
I love that.
Right?
I love that.
And why I say Marshall Faulk is, one, Cali guy. And then also, too, man, you when you watch Marshall Faulk in college, in the pros, he did everything. He was every down back. He blocked in the pass game. He ran between the guards. He ran between the tackles and outside. When you got him out in real estate, he ran up the bill. Right? I've seen Marshall Faulk when I was in the old NFC West, when Carolina would go all the way to St. Louis, go all the way to San Francisco, Atlanta, and New Orleans, the old NFC West. And it was just amazing to watch Marshall Faulk from afar. And then you see it up close on the sideline. And you always say, man, I wonder if they really run that fast. Everybody looks fast on television.
Yeah.
And then you see it in person, you go, damn, he's even faster.
Yeah.
So, and is it fair to say, I don't know, because we don't know the numbers, but Jahmyr Gibbs may be faster than Marshall Faulk.
Man.
I'm thinking.
Yeah. I mean, it's legit.
It's close.
It's unbelievable speed. Yeah, it really is. And the part that I love that you brought up Marshall is, I remember in my early years at NFL Network when we all used to travel on Thursday night games, and Marshall and I, after the game, would sit at the hotel and talk ball forever. And the intelligence as a football player that Marshall had was off the charts.
Yeah.
I mean, just one of the smartest players to ever play this game. And when I kind of asked around about Jahmyr, I'm not putting him on the Marshall Faulk football IQ level. But what did come up quite a bit, Steve, is he sees things ahead of time. He sees the second and third defender. He sees where he has to go in space. He reads things really well. That is all football IQ and feel for the position that Marshall was just unbelievable at, that just had a feel for the way to play the position. And I think you can be fast. You can be physical as a back. You can have those traits. But the ones that people are telling me when I was asking about Jahmyr are he sees it a step ahead. Yeah. He sets guys up. He does. And you brought up the tackles thing that I had to bring up. I went, look, 184 of his 209 yards were between the tackles last week and both touchdowns. And this is a guy that we were nervous about putting him in there and that he was going to be the change of pace to David Montgomery. His workload has increased because he's shown you he can do that.
Yeah, I'd like the David Montgomery 1-2 punch just because you want to get you want to save his legs, especially later into the season. Nobody's 100%, right? You get nicks and bruises, especially playing on that turf. Then you go indoors to outdoors. You're playing Minnesota indoor. But Green Bay ain't indoor at all. It's chilly out there.
Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago.
I did a game like 4 or 5 years ago at Soldier Field, and I remember Eisen was like, get off camera, James. You're dying out there. I was like, I can't take it. I don't know how they're going to play a game, Rich. I don't know how they're going to play a game out here. Like, you're right. The hits are different in that, right?
Yeah,
those games.
Everything's
different. What do you think of him as a pass catcher, Steve? Because obviously that's something
I think he's elite.
You know so well. Okay.
He is an elite pass catcher, but he's also, he's a running back. He's also growing up in the air, 7-on-7. Air it out passing leagues. When I was growing up, passing leagues were just trying to start off. 7-on-7s were attempting to go. But now, you got kids that are playing in high school, middle school. And then the flag league. So you're getting guys and girls to be able to process and see. That's why I love flag football. For any kid to play football, I want him to start at flag football first because it takes away from conceptually the child concerning himself about getting hurt
just getting
or getting hit.
Yeah.
So now he just gets to focus. He just gets to focus on catching the football, pulling the flag. Listen, with Rose Sparks, you ain't never got to get ready because they allow you to stay ready. As you become older, hey, I'm older too. And I'm also single now. So being older and being single, there's a little bit of getting back on the scene and afraid that you won't be able to perform to your excellence. So I got an opportunity to make sure that I stay ready. Got to roll with me anytime the way it comes in. Roll does an excellent job of connecting you with a medical provider, and it comes straight to your door. No having to wait in line or to drive anywhere. You just sit at home, prepare, get ready, and then you can stay ready because Roe will be delivering straight to your door. If prescribed, new sexual health patients get $15 off their first order of Sparks on a recurring plan. Connect with a provider at ro.co/89 to find out if prescription Roe Sparks are right for you. That's ro.co/89 for $15 off the first order. Sparks is a compounded drug product. Compounded drugs are permitted to be prescribed under federal law, but are not FDA approved and do not undergo FDA safety, effectiveness, or manufacturing review. For safety information, go to ro.co/safety info. Jahmyr Gibbs is a dangerous player for the Detroit Lions because here's why. You got Jameson Williams, you have his explosiveness, how he's still developing, pressing the defense with his speed. Mm-hmm. And then Jahmyr Gibbs, he's pressing the defense just with his presence. Whether you line them up, put them out wide, they motion them, they do all kind of funny stuff with them. But it plugs right into my guy, Ara St. Brown. Man, he is doing such a great job. Man, he lines up all over the field. So you can't pin where he's going to line up. And it's really amazing to watch him because you know what he's going to do. He's going to run a great route. And Jared Goff is going to wait on him all day to get open, and he never fails. And he's a powerful runner with the ball in his hands. Man, complete wide receiver. Just a complete wide receiver, and it's been awesome.
It's been awesome to watch when the offense is clicking. I mean, they're as good as anybody in football. Yeah. Make sure you go watch. I think we did an Amon-Ra episode a couple of weeks ago, which was outstanding. Make sure you go back and check that out. Before we bounce, did you know his running back coach, Jahmyr Gibbs running back coach, the Lions running back coach, Tashard Choice?
Oh, with the Cowboys.
Yeah, he's their running back coach, and he was Jahmyr Gibbs's coach at Georgia Tech. He recruited him out of high school. So I just thought that relationship is so cool.
Wow, that's
the guy who
recruited
recruited you out of high school is now your running back coach in the league. But I wanted people to kind of hear this point of it because I always hear from different people around the league is like when your position coach played your position,
it helps
at a decent level. It helps a lot. In what ways does it help?
It makes you respect and hear and not tune out the coach because sometimes people are, sometimes coaches are just coaching based off the play, right? Mm-hmm. And it happens. I'm not saying the coaches can't coach, but every position coach is emphasizing a point of emphasis that the offensive coordinator believes that for every position, these are the important parts. With Choice playing at a high level and was very productive and trustworthy and a baller, you hear little nuggets that you generally don't get from someone who didn't play. Yeah. And he can tell you things and he can see it in a way that is extremely productive. I overheard a wide receiver coach coaching up a wide receiver and said, "Hey, when you run this route like this and you cut them short, you don't understand what that quarterback is looking at. So let me come and so he said, hey, and I watched him and he showed the receiver, look at what the quarterback's looking at and look where you are. Now, when you cut it short and then you flip it around in a linebacker, now all of a sudden you limit the window. You close the window. So when you have a player who has understood the mistakes and the pluses, and it just hits your earlobes differently. You accept the criticism because you know that this man has walked in the same shoes that you have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's cool, man. And it's the guy that's been talking to you since you were a senior in high school.
Yeah.
And
So you
talking
can
to your
trust
parents
him.
since you were a
Like,
senior in high school.
you can trust him. You know exactly what he's doing. So it's not you don't fall into any nonsense. You just kind of you go, man, that's my guy.
Yeah, it is. It's a cool That's a cool relationship to have. You don't have many of those in the league, I don't think, where a guy's known you for a while. I mean,
Man,
some of these guys
recruited
have bounced
you.
between college and recruited you. Yeah, told mom and dad, hey, your son's going to go to the league. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's pretty cool. So we'll see what happens with Jahmyr Gibbs this offseason, Steve. What kind of negotiations go down? Where the money
I can
ends
tell
up
you what the
landing?
negotiations can be right now.
Okay, let's
Dinero. Mucho.
Mucho dinero. Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Awesome. Jahmyr Gibbs is balling. It's been fun.
Oh, yes, he is.